Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you're in human resources or people ops right now, you've absolutely noticed a massive divide happening in our field. On one side, you have this kind of wild west of informal, unguided AI use. You know the drill, managers tossing highly sensitive employee issues into a random chatbot, crossing their fingers and just praying the output isn't a total legal disaster. No way to run a department, right? But on the flip side, there's the incredible, game-changing power of a governed, professional operating system, one that's designed specifically for modern HR teams. So today, we're going to explore exactly how to bridge that gap and totally transform the way your team gets things done. Now, we need to set the record straight right off the bat. This isn't just a basic cheat sheet or a list of clever little tricks. We're talking about the HR and People Operations AI Prompt OS. It's a massive system featuring 245 proven prompts that cover everything from recruitment and onboarding all the way to workforce planning and high-level executive support. We really need to shift our mindset here. This system is a premium, high-tech, absolute must-have risk management and productivity tool. It's an operating system built on rigorous professional discipline. It makes sure AI supports your expertise rather than carelessly trying to replace it.
Okay, let's dive into this. So what's the core problem with just treating AI like a magic search engine for HR? Well, it's the immense risk of hallucinations, unconscious bias, and severe legal missteps. I mean, HR sits squarely right at the intersection of law, trust, company culture, and bulletproof documentation. So the big question is, how do we actually move from reckless experimentation to a predictable governed system? A system that protects employee dignity while massively and safely boosting our output.
Well, it all starts by understanding the vital difference between vague and strong requests. Vague prompts, like just asking AI to write a policy memo, are massive token wasters. They literally force the AI to guess. And the result? Generic, polished, but often totally unusable or even legally unsafe content. Strong prompts, on the other hand, are razor precise. They give the AI the exact role, the specific audience, the context, the exact policy source, the required sensitivity level, and even jurisdictional cautions. A strong prompt doesn't just churn out text, it practically eliminates rework and builds in those crucial fairness guardrails right from the very start. To make those strong prompts work consistently, this OS is built on a functional map consisting of 5 essential layers: context, prompt, review, action, and record. This framework is absolutely vital. It's like a safety net. It ensures you define the context and strip out all sensitive data before you even hit enter. But more importantly, it strictly mandates a human review, a final human action, and an official system record. This 5-layer model is the secret sauce that keeps the AI highly useful while meticulously protecting your employees' trust and keeping your organization fully compliant.
Let's move to and see how this builds with Case Study 1, Daily HR Productivity.
Imagine this. Your inbox is literally overflowing. You have back-to-back manager meetings lined up, and you are just drowning in triage. We've all been there, right? Enter Prompt HRP016. It's designed specifically for a personal productivity reset. Instead of staring blankly at your screen, you feed the AI your HR objective, your specific department context, the policy facts, and the precise sensitivity level. Within seconds, the AI helps you convert all that chaotic inbox triage into a clear, defensible, and prioritized action plan. It structures your day so you aren't just reacting to fires, you're strategically responding with policy-backed clarity. The ultimate goal here is super simple. Work smarter, not harder. By utilizing these targeted, highly specific prompts, you dramatically reduce the hours you spend drafting emails, formatting memos, and organizing notes. And when you save that chunk of time every single day, you can reinvest it into what truly matters, actually focusing on your people and leading your teams with empathy.
Up next, Case Study 2, Sensitive Employee Relations.
Okay, put yourself in the shoes of an HR partner navigating a highly sensitive employee grievance. You need to execute a flawless handoff to another people operations manager. Prompt HRP023 is designed exactly for this high-wire act. You know a handoff note cannot contain assumptions, loaded language, or vague opinions. This prompt specifically instructs the AI to structure the transition so the documentation remains entirely objective and strictly policy-bound. It forces the output to stick to the facts you provided, keeping the record completely free of unsupported claims that could create massive liability down the line.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is Case Study 3, Complex Multi-Step Workflows.
So, how do we handle tasks that aren't just a single email, but a whole complex process? Welcome to the magic of prompt chains.
Let's explore prompt HRP206, the underperformance to PIP workflow. Here, the AI output from Step 1 immediately becomes the vital input for Step 2. This sequenced workflow guides you briskly and efficiently from the initial manager intake, right into drafting the output, through a mandatory risk review, and finally to a rigorous quality check. It seamlessly helps a manager identify underperformance and translates that into a compliant, evidence-based development plan. And it does all this without missing a single legal or fairness checkpoint.
Let's just take a quick breath and look at the bigger picture for a second. For our global professional audience, adopting this structured approach isn't just about making HR's daily life a little easier. It's about achieving complete coverage across the entire employee lifecycle, from learning and development straight through to workforce planning. When HR teams write better and decide faster, you directly drive a high-performance workforce and tangibly better business results across the board.
Moving into the C-suite with Case Study 4, Board-Ready Executive HR Reporting.
Let's shift gears to a really high-stakes scenario. You have to present a flawless, bias-free dashboard summary to the executive board tomorrow morning. For this, we use prompt HRP 181, Executive HR Report. You input the data period, metric definitions, data limitations, and your critical decision question. But here is the absolutely crucial part. The safety rails built into this prompt explicitly instruct the AI, do not invent employee facts, policy terms, or leadership decisions. It ensures total, uncompromising data integrity. So when you stand up in that boardroom, you are standing on solid, unshakable ground.
And our final scenario, Case Study 5, Data-Informed HR Insights. We all know we have the data, but raw data alone doesn't change minds. We have to do the heavy lifting of translating dense workforce metrics into humane, actionable leadership briefings. And this brilliantly illustrates why Prompt HRP 199, the HR Metrics Interpretation Note, is such a game changer. It demands that the output include local legal review cautions and rigorous bias control checks before finalizing the note. It perfectly separates the internal HR analysis from the broader leadership messaging, making sure that your insights remain highly actionable but completely safe and fair. If you take away just one sentence from this entire explainer, let it be this golden rule, embedded throughout the entire system. AI assists, HR remains in control. The AI, it does the heavy lifting of structuring and drafting, but the professional judgment, the empathy, those vital ethical boundaries, that belongs entirely to you.
Which brings us to the mandatory HR risk warning that caps off every single prompt in the OS. The framework forces you to ask key leadership review questions, like, did this output actually improve professional execution, or did it just make generic text sound pretty? You must protect confidentiality, avoid pasting personal data, and personally verify every policy. Going through these steps proves that when used correctly, this system is highly governed, incredibly safe, and fiercely professional.
So the value proposition here is just undeniable. Alongside all 245 prompts, this digital download includes a seamless 30-day AI adoption plan designed specifically for HR teams. It gives you the sample outputs, the review checklists, and the best practice guides. It's the whole shebang, ensuring your entire department can transition smoothly to this new, incredibly efficient way of working without missing a beat.
So, I'll leave you with this ultimate question. Are you going to leave your HR team's productivity and compliance to chance, or are you ready to future-proof your function right now? You can adopt this governed 245-prompt operating system today by downloading the digital book at paystack.com/Dataformatic. Go empower your team, elevate your strategic impact, and shape the future of your work today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.